Shalom is Shalom. Brother Aaron, Roy Regime of Yahweh Shah. First and foremost, all praise to Yahweh by Shem Mashiach Yahweh Shah. And today we're going to be talking about Revelation chapter 6, the red horse. Okay, this is the time that we're currently in. The seals and revelations are being opened, and the Lord is allowing these seals of judgment to spring forth on the earth. Okay, so today we're going to be specifically talking about the red horse. Okay, so what you're going to need for this lesson is your King James Bible, and we have one scripture we're going to in our Apocrypha. All right, so let's get straight to it. Revelation chapter 6, and we're going to read verses 3 and 4.
It's the book of Revelation chapter 6, verse 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." Verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and the power was given to him that sat thereon, to take peace from the earth.
Okay, now let's break this down a little bit at a time. This is the second seal. Okay, and it said there was a red horse. So we're going to deal with red. Okay, so first thing we want to do, let's get a precept. Let's go to Genesis chapter 25. Go into the book of Genesis chapter 25. And we read verses 24 and 25.
The book of Genesis chapter 25, verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. The first came out red, all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
Okay, so this is dealing with Rebekah. Rebekah had what? Jacob and Esau. Okay, Esau came out first. This is what we're reading about. It said when he came out, he was red all over like a hairy garment. Therefore, they called his name Esau. In the Hebrew, Esau, Edom is Adawam. Adawam means red. Okay, so Esau was red all over like a hairy garment. Let's read verse 30.
Verse 30. And Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint." Therefore his name called Edom.
See that? Therefore his name was Edom, meaning red. Even what he ate blood. That was what was in the pottage. It wasn't fully cooked. Even the meat. Okay, so this is just identifying. We're using precepts about this red. What it means when it says red. This red horse. It's symbolic. It represents. Okay, it's the spirit of judgment, but it's red because in the physical form, it's represent Esau, Edom. Okay, so let's go right back to Revelation chapter 6. And let's read it again, verse 3.
And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon, to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
Okay, so this red horse, it was to take peace from the earth, and it said it was given to him a sword. Okay, now let's get some precepts on this sword. Okay, because this horse or this spirit, we see what the red represent, Esau, is given a sword to kill. Okay, so let's identify Esau's blessing through the scriptures. See what was his blessing. What did his father Abraham give him as a blessing? So now we go in Genesis chapter 27. We identify what the red is. Now let's look at the sword. Genesis chapter 27, verses 38 through 41.
The book of Genesis chapter 27, verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, "Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father." And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Okay, now this is after he already sold his birthright. Okay, Jacob has the birthright now. He's already given Jacob the best blessing, the blessing of the firstborn. Now this is Esau finding out, so he's crying to his father Isaac, "Don't you have one blessing left? Can't you give me anything? Bless me, O father me." He's crying out for Isaac to bless him. Now let's see what Isaac gives him as a blessing. Come on.
And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, "Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth."
The finer things of this earth, all the resources and money of the earth, that's the fatness of the earth. Come on.
And of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live.
By thy what?
By thy sword shalt thou live.
Come on.
And shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Okay, so Esau's two blessings given to him was the fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven, meaning the wealthy or the finer things of life, the resources of the earth, money and materials and such as those things, and also the sword, saying by the sword thou shalt live, meaning weaponry. Everything from weaponry, artillery, the sword is deep, that's manifold. That's talking about chemical warfare, biological, space warfare, more than just guns and knives. Anything to do with weaponry, warfare, nuclear bombs, missiles, you name it. That's the blessing that was given to Esau. Okay, so that's what this sword is representing. So when you go back to Revelation, let's go ahead back to one more time. Revelation chapter 6.
Verse 4.
And read verse 4 again.
And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
Okay, so now we're seeing what this red horse represents in the physical. It represents Esau. And we know what the sword represents, to take peace from the earth, and the sword was given to him to kill. But we're going to get more precepts on the sword. Let's go to Psalm 17, chapter 17. I want verse 13 and 14.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Deliver thy soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the Lord uses the wicked as a whipping stick. Okay, anytime, for instance, our nation Israel, for example, okay, we've seen our forefathers sinned against the Lord, didn't keep his laws, statutes, commandments. What happened? He used a whole nother nation, European white people, Esau, take us into slavery, bring us to the land where we had, scattered us all over the earth. We know some of the things that happened in slavery. The torture, the lynchings, the whipping, the rapes, alligator bait, you name it. Okay, but that was due to discipline us. That was the Lord using the wicked, which is Esau, as his sword. It's a whooping stick. Same way as a parent, you discipline your child, you get the belt. Okay, that's all Esau is to the Lord, is his whooping stick, his belt. He calls it his sword. Read that again.
Verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
See that? Deliver a soul from the wicked, which is our sword. The wicked, the Lord uses to punish his people. The wicked is his sword. Let's get another precept. Let's go to Romans chapter 13. Romans chapter 13, and we read 1 through 4.
This is the book of Romans chapter 13, verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but Yahweh. The powers that be are ordained of Yahweh. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of Yahweh. And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
Okay, now this is talking about power and authority. Whether it be military, police, government, okay, or even spiritually, church, those are over you. But overall, it's finna make a point. The Lord uses people in authority as well as the wicked for instruments of punishment. Punishment for the righteous, to punish the disciplinary people. Continue.
Verse 3. For rulers are not a terror to good works.
See that? Rulers are not a terror. If you do what's right, then you don't have to worry about it. Come on.
But to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same.
Come on.
Verse 4. For he is the minister of Yahweh to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain.
See that? He beareth not the sword. We talk about the sword again. Remember what was given to this red horse. The sword to take peace from the earth and kill. So the wicked, or those in authority, they use for the Most High as ministers of righteousness to execute judgment or punishment. If you do what's right, you have nothing to worry about. But if you do what's wrong, he beareth not the sword in vain. That's it, verse 4.
Finishing verse 4. For he is the minister of Yahweh a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil.
See that? He's the avenger of the Lord to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. Okay, and this is a lot of time, this is what a lot of people don't understand. Even when you hear certain cases that, unarmed, innocent person, specifically black dude, gets shot down in the street, this or that. Okay, a lot of times, I would say a lot of times, pretty much all the time, that is the Lord's judgment. Okay, the Lord used that old wicked, racist, white police, Esau. Hey, he don't want to listen to me. He don't want to serve me. He don't want to. You know what? I'm going to put it in his spirit. Go shoot him down. Go shoot him 10, 20, 15 times. This is what's going on. Okay, people walk around crying, oh, why they do this? The Lord is telling you. The wicked is his sword to execute vengeance on those who want to be wicked or don't want to serve the Lord. Okay, so now we seeing with this red horse in Revelation 6 and this sword which was given to him. Because now we about to see this on a mass level. Okay, like never before. We hearing it every day, more and more frequent and more often, but it's only about the increase because this is the time we living in now. Okay, so next place, let's get Job. Job 19, verse 29. Still dealing with precepts on this sword. We just read and we saw it. The Lord uses the wicked or those in authority. He uses the sword to punish. That's Job 19, verse 29.
The book of Job, chapter 19, verse 29.
Come on.
Okay, there we go. Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that he may know there is a judgment.
You see that? Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishment of the sword, that ye may know that there is judgment. So the Lord uses the sword as his wrath, as his punishment tool for his people, Jacob. All right, so this is what this red horse is about to do. This red horse is red, Esau. That sword is given to the horse. Okay, he about to let that spirit, he gonna put that spirit in Esau. I'm gonna take my hands off, have your way. Okay, this is what that red horse is talking about. We about to see this on a mass level. Let's get Isaiah 10. Isaiah 10, verses 5 and 6.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 5. O Assyrian, the rod of my anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation.
See that? Assyrians were the ancient Babylonians. Okay, a northern kingdom went into captivity under them. The Assyrians was known for being real ruthless. Very ruthless and barbaric. They were known for some of the most horrific tortures that ever, the way they would punish you or execute or torture you. But read it again.
O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger.
The rod of my anger. You see that? Come on.
And the staff in their hand is mine indignation.
That staff, that whooping stick in their hand is the Lord's indignation, showing you the Lord uses them to execute his wrath or his judgment, his whooping stick. All right, let's get Jeremiah 29:18.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 29, verse 18. And I will persecute them with the sword.
I will persecute them with what?
With the sword.
Come on.
With the famine and with the pestilence. And will deliver them to be removed to all the kingdoms of the earth. To be a curse and an astonishment and an hissing and a reproach among all the nations whither I have driven them.
You see that? So we're seeing it again. The Lord punishes. He uses the sword, famine, starvation, pestilence, disease. Okay, these are some of the main ways the Lord likes to execute vengeance or punishment for those who disobey him. All right, from there we going, let's get Zechariah now. Zechariah 13:8. Because we finna specifically look at, this is the number that the Bible prophesied of our people due to the rebellion and not wanting to serve him, that he's gonna cut off.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 13, verse 8.
Come on.
And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. 2
parts shall be cut off and die. That's 2 out of 3 of the nation of Israel. 2 out of 3 of our people, the Lord is going to judge and kill. He's going to make them cut off and die because they don't want to do what's right. They don't want to come back to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. They don't want to serve the Lord of the Bible. Come on.
But the third shall be left therein.
The third, that's the 1/3 that do serve the Lord, that is seeking his face according to the Bible. Come on.
Verse 9, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will find them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my Yahweh.
Okay, so you see that even the righteous going to be tried. The Lord said, I'm going to bring them through the fire, but the difference is he's going to purge the righteous. Okay, just like when you're making gold, fine jewelry, that gold got to go through the furnace. You got to be beat, you got to get all the imperfections out. So it's going to be tough for everybody at the time we're going through Jacob's trouble, but the Lord promised to deliver the third, the 1/3 out of it. He's going to use it to perfect us, make us better for the kingdom. But the 2/3 of our people, those are the ones that hear this truth and reject it. They mock it, they scoff at it. The Lord is going to execute his vengeance upon them. Meaning 2/3 going to be cut off and die. Okay, because we can't have these rebellious ass niggas going into us in the kingdom. That's the hold up now. Okay, you try to bring out the Bible, show them what the problem is, show them their sins according to the Bible. They hate you for it. Yep. That's a cult. They mock you, talk about you. They really mocking the Lord. See, so that's why we'll never have a nation. If not, we will never have a nation. We won't get there. So he got to cut them off and die. They got to kill them, and then bring that third through the fire. Okay. So let's get 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 17. Get a precept on that. And this is the time that we are entering into right now. The Lord is bringing forth that judgment on his people.
It's the book of 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 15.
17.
Verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh.
Judgment must begin at the house of the Lord, the house of Yahweh. Okay, meaning it starts with his people Israel first. Come on.
And if it is first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh?
Okay, so if he gonna judge his own people, okay, start with us, what's gonna be, what you think gonna happen to those who don't serve the Lord, who could care less about this word, who do mock and scoff at this word? No mercy whatsoever is what that's saying. All right, let's get Zechariah 9. Zechariah chapter 9. I'm sorry, Ezekiel.
Okay.
Ezekiel chapter 9. And we read verses 4 through 11 because this is what the Lord is doing. He's marking. He's setting aside and he's setting his seal. He's sealing his elect, meaning his people, and then he's marking those for judgment. He's sealing them for condemnation or judgment or death. Okay, the ones who don't want to follow and serve him, he's sending forth that death angel to wipe them out. Go ahead.
Book of Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem.
Okay, this is the angel he telling, that death angel. Go through the midst of the city, through Jerusalem. Remember, Jerusalem always represents the people before a place. So go throughout Jerusalem, meaning my people. Come on.
And set a mark up upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Okay, that's the mark of protection or exemption. Set the mark on the men, on their heads who sigh and cry, the ones who are against all this abomination. They hate this wicked queendom. They hate all the blasphemies, abominations, just all the sin, everything that this place promotes. Disgusting, everything that's against the Lord that it promotes. Okay, the righteous, we sigh, we cry, we hate. Okay, he's saying, you know what? Set a mark, protect them, keep them, preserve them. But everybody else, come on.
And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city, and smite.
And do what?
And smite.
Kill. Come on.
Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young.
Come on.
Both maids and little children and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
You see that? Let not your eyes spare. I want you to slay utterly old and young, maids and little children, old men and women, little kids, babies, everything. Don't spare nothing, is what it's saying. But it says, come not near any man upon who is the mark. Any man who I put my mark of protection, his seal, his grace, don't bother them. Everybody else is marked for death. This is what it's saying. Come on.
And begin at my sanctuary.
Begin where?
Begin at my sanctuary.
Come on.
Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
Okay, so my sanctuary is just what we just read in 1 Peter 4:17. That's Israel. Begin with my people first. Okay, and the ancient of the house. Okay, those are supposed to be the leaders, the preachers, and things of that nature. That's what it's saying.
Verse 7.
Yeah, continue to 11.
And he said unto them, defile the house, and fill the courts with the slain. Go ye forth. And they went forth and slew in the city. And it came to pass, while they were slaying them, and I was left, that I fell upon my face and cried and said, Ah, Lord, Yahweh, wilt thou destroy all the residue of Israel in thy pouring out of thy fury upon Jerusalem?
Okay, so he said, oh Lord, Ezekiel was saying this, you gonna kill everybody. Everybody gotta die? Basically, come on.
Then said he unto me, the iniquity of the house of Israel in Judah is exceedingly great, and the land is full of blood, and the city full of perverseness.
So it's showing you why it's happening. They don't want to serve the God of the Bible. They do not want to serve Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Come on.
For they say, the Lord hath forsaken the earth, and the Lord seeth not. And as for me also, mine eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense their way upon their head. And behold, the man clothed with linen, which hath the inkhorn by his side, reported the matter, saying, I have done as thou hast commanded me.
Okay, that's the angel. After he finished slaying all the ones that was marked, that the Lord sent or marked for death, he said, it is finished, Lord. I did as thou commanded me. Okay, so the angels don't make mistakes. All right, so this is what we're showing you. That red horse in Revelation 6 that represents judgment and death, that sword, that's death. It said it was giving him a sword to take peace from the earth and to kill. That he using Esau, a white man. Okay, everything from this biological warfare, I can't say the names, but the stuff they telling everybody they got to get the, and all of these man-made created things that's coming up on the earth, and all that falls under his sword. It's not just a gun. Okay, it's everything. Guns, disease, he allowed this man to put forth this on the earth, specifically his people, Israel, due to the disobedience and sin. This is what we're showing you. This is the time we in of that red horse. That red horse is riding. All right, let's get we're going to the Apocrypha now. Let's go to Sirach chapter 39. AJ, you go to Ezekiel 21. You have Ezekiel 21 next. Okay, we're going to Sirach 39, verse 28 through 31. Sirach and the Apocrypha, chapter 39, we read verses 28 through 31.
Book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of the destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them.
See that? There be spirits created for vengeance, which in their fury they lay on sore strokes. In time of destruction they pour out and appease the wrath of him that made them. See, the Lord created these spirits to do his vengeance, his wrath. This is what we're reading. Come on.
Fire and hail and famine.
Fire, hail, famine. These are the spirits that the Lord created for his vengeance.
And death.
And what?
And death.
Come on.
All these were created for vengeance.
Created for what?
Vengeance.
See that? The Lord is doing this. He's allowing this. He's doing this for vengeance. All right, come on.
Teeth of the wild beast and scorpions, serpents, and the sword.
And the what?
And the sword.
And the sword. Remember, that red horse was given a great sword to go forth and kill. See, the Lord is creating. He's allowing this horse to ride like that. Come on.
Punishing the wicked to destruction.
Punishing the wicked to destruction. Remember all the precepts we showed? Your Lord uses that sword to punish the wicked. See, it's his vengeance, the destruction for their disobedience. Verse 31.
They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come. They shall not transgress this word.
See that? They're not going to make a mistake. When that time comes, he said, go, red horse, do your thing. Okay, this man Esau, or those who mark to get wiped out, die, you out of here. Those who, the mark of protection, that seal of mercy and grace who the Lord is going to preserve, you good. All right. Get what Ezekiel 21, AJ. Give me verses 9 through 11.
Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 9. Son of man, prophesy and say thus the Lord. Say a sword is sharpened.
Say what?
A sword is sharpened.
A sword is sharpened. Come on.
And also furbished. Verse 10. It is sharpened to make a sword slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we
Wow, that means it's sharp. It's specifically designed to slay. It's not just sharp, it say it's furbished. Furbished to the point of glitter. Meaning this is specifically designed to kill everybody who is meant to do. You're not getting away from this if you mark for judgment. This is what it's saying. Come on.
Glitter. Should we then make mirth it contenteth?
Come on.
The rod of my son as every tree. Verse 11. And he hath given it to be furbished, and it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it unto the hand of the slayer.
Woo! See that? This sword is sharpened and furbished to be given into the hand of
Slayer.
To be given into the hand of the slayer. We read who that slayer is. That red horse represents Esau. That's his whooping stick. The Lord is going to use this white man to cut you from the sea. All the brothers that been out trying to teach the truth, and those who said that sounds like hate, you finna see if it's hate.
What's hate?
You gonna see what's hate. You about to experience hate upon this earth. Okay, you about to see who it's coming for.
And Lord go.
Okay, that's what it says. A sword is given to him in this fur. This thing is specifically designed to kill, and it was handed into the hands of the slayer. That slayer is Esau, Edom. It's about to execute that sword, that judgment on the wicked 2/3 of the Lord people who don't want to get right, who don't want to serve the Lord. Let's get another precept on that. Ezekiel 7, chapter 7. We're going to read verses 12 through 19.
Book of Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 12. The time is come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn. For wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. For the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive. For the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. They have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle.
Okay, now when they say none shall strengthen itself in iniquity, that means everything that you trusting in, you see is falling, is crumbling. Everything, this economy is about to collapse. Everything people work for, their 401k, pension, retirements, all that's about to go to waste. Okay, the economy, the dollar is pretty much already collapsed. It's just within the states don't know about it. If you talk about a global market scale around the rest of the world, they're not even using the dollar no more for the most part. So nobody's going to be able to trust in their own strength to the point of time that we're coming into right now. All right, come on.
For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. The sword is without. In the
what is without?
The sword is without.
Same sword in Revelation 6. Give it to that red horse. Come on.
And the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword.
Woo.
And he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him.
Okay, so in the country, those that's marked to die from the sword is going to get you. Those that's in the city, okay, your inner cities, big cities, no food, starvation, famine, right around the corner. The regular news is telling you this every day now. They're still playing it down. They're using the word recession so you won't panic. See, when people think of recession, we think about what, 2008, 2012, oh, recession ain't done. It's going to get better now. They playing off of words. There's no recession. Okay, this is the complete collapse of the dollar in society. Mankind as we know it. Continue.
But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys.
That's the 1/3. Those who the Lord gonna protect and preserve. Okay, we're gonna come through this. He's gonna preserve us and allow us to get through this. Come on.
All of them mourning, everyone for his iniquity. All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water.
See, because at this time everybody's humble. The Lord can broke us. Okay, everything about this system, Esau's world that we ever trust in, we know that don't mean a damn thing. We don't want none of this. Only thing at this point, we humble, contrite, just, Lord, please. Everybody's on their face at this point. This is what it's saying. Come on.
They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads.
See, because by the time the Lord get through whooping his people, allowing this hell on earth to come upon his people, everybody's broken and contrite at this point. All right, what verse you in?
At the end of 18.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 19, they shall cast their silver in the streets.
See that? Because money ain't gonna mean nothing. Money don't mean a damn thing. We starting to see that now. Oh, go look at some videos, even on YouTube right now. Other countries and stuff around the world, Middle East and stuff, they burning money. You got millionaires that's burning dollar bills because it's already fallen, collapsed. Come on.
And their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord.
See that? Your money, all this stuff that you think meant something all this time, that you've been distracted, weren't able to serve the God of the Bible, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, because you chasing after the things of this world, it ain't finna mean nothing real soon. Ain't gonna mean a thing. This is what it's saying. That's the end of 19?
I'm gonna continue. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. In.
Okay, let's get 2 Samuel 24. 2 Samuel, the 24th chapter. And we're reading verses 14 through 16.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 24, verse 14. Verse 14. And David said unto Gad, I am in a great strait. Let us fall now into the hand of the Lord, for his mercies are great, and let me not fall into the hand of man. So the Lord sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning even to the time appointed.
Who sent the pestilence?
The Lord sent a pestilence upon Israel.
Wow, the Lord sent disease on Israel. Come on.
And there died of the people from Dan even to Beersheba 70,000 men. And when the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, the Lord repented him of the evil and said to the angel that destroyed the people, it is enough. Stay now thine hand. And the angel of the Lord was by the threshing place of Jehoranah, the Jebusite.
Okay, so after the Lord allowed this angel, commanded this angel, go kill a certain amount of number, 70,000, or how many it was. Go ahead and kill them. Mm-hmm. They don't want to serve me. They don't want to do what's right. They want to keep sinning and doing this. Go ahead and kill that. After the angel executed that exact number, the Lord say, stay thy hand. So this angel slain in the spirit, killing them. Lord said, that's enough. At the Lord's command, then the angel put forth this sword. See, so what is this showing you? The Lord controls everything.
Yep.
Everything. So the way you get through this is it's not going to be nothing. We just read that your money not going to save you in this time. Your resources. It's good to be wise. Okay, you can preserve, try to get you a little extra water, food, things of that nature the best you can. Bible said faith without works is dead. So yeah, you can be wise. If you know all hell's about to break loose on earth, you could try to prepare a little bit or the best way you can. But understand, at the end of the day, it's the Lord that's going to protect us and keep us through.
Yep.
Okay, if the Lord don't have you marked to preserve, to keep you, then you have that other mark on you, which is X'd out for death. It's one of the two. There's no in between. But it's nothing that we're going to be able to do in our power. This is what the Lord wants us to realize now. We're going to be solely 110% dependent on Him. All right? Let's close out in Jeremiah 9. Jeremiah chapter 9, we're going to read 17 through 21.
Book of Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 17. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider ye, and call for the mourning women.
Ooh, call for the mourning women. Those are old women in the church. You ever been to a funeral? Them loudest ones that are falling out all in the casket, rolling around on the ground. Lord said, get ready to bring them. Bring your mourning women. Come on.
That they may come and send for cunning women. That they may come. Verse 18. And let them make haste and take up a wailing for us, that our eyes may run down with tears and our eyelids gush out with water.
Meaning it's going to be a lot of mourning, a lot of weeping, a whole lot of death. Come on.
Verse 19. For a voice of wailing is heard out of Zion. How are we spoiled? We are greatly confounded. because we have forsaken the land, because our dwellings have cast us out. Yet hear the word of the Lord, O ye women, and let your ear receive the word of his mouth.
Hear the word of the Lord, O ye women. It's everybody especially, but if you're talking about our nation, ain't nothing more destroyed than our black women. You really need to take heed. Because out of all that right now, that's the most rebellious ones in our nation. But during this time we coming into, that's going to be the most, it's similar to, it's like in the streets or something. A lot of times it's the big mouth woman that instigate the whole situation between two men, that when they don't work out, when the one she instigated, her people end up shot or dead. She the main one at the field. Oh Lord, this and that. All of it was instigated because of your behind. Okay, so this is what this is showing you, just more spiritually. You're the main one that's that rebellious, but when all this hell break loose, you gonna be the main one. Oh Lord Jesus, that type of thing. Come on.
Yet hear the word of the Lord, O ye women, and let your ear receive the word of his mouth.
Hear the words of the Bible. Humble yourself down and do what the Lord is telling you to do. Come on.
And teach your daughters wailing, and everyone her neighbor lamentation. For death is come up into our windows.
What's come up?
For death is come up on our windows.
And this is the time that we approaching. Come on.
And it is entered into our palaces to cut off the children from without, and the young men from the streets. Speak, thus saith the Lord. Even the carcasses of men shall fall as dung upon the open field, and as a handful after the harvestmen, and none shall gather them.
Okay, so that means when it said young, that's the same thing we read in what was it, Ezekiel 9. Ezekiel 9, when it says spare not, utterly old, young men, women, and children. This thing that's coming up on the earth, this red horse, is not going to spare. Okay, this sword, this famine, this judgment that the Lord is sending forth, men, women, child, young, and old. There's no sparing. Okay, Lord, no respect of persons. You either got his mark of protection or you got that other mark of destruction. Okay, where you left off?
The end of verse 23.
Okay, that's cool. Let's close out. Let's go back to Revelation 6 again, and let's read 3 and 4.
Book of Revelation chapter 6 verse 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard a second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red.
Now we know who that red is. That red horse, Esau, Edom. Come on.
And power was given to him that sat thereon, to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
All right. So with that, I pray y'all got some understanding. That was Revelation chapter 6, talking about the red horse. And I pray that you take heed, because we are in this time. So with that, I want to say shalom. Until next time, we out.
If I'ma do this, I'ma give it all I got. The last bullet, all I got is one shot. I'm trying to make it in, so you can see me on top. I'm trying to get my roll on. These demons trying to get my soul on. Edom got me in the hole, Lord, and he ain't trying to let me